Lord, better late than never, guys. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to come on. I'm a few minutes late, but Lord, my son always said I can't be on time for nothing. So I'm gonna give y'all just a few minutes. See if we get a couple people to come on board. I'm gonna see what we get. Right now it just says we're live. It's gonna take a few minutes for some people to come on here. Okay. So I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes. And gather one more thing. As soon as you come on board, if you would, somebody send me a message. Just say, hey, how you been? Haven't seen you in forever. That way I know my messages are working. I am so glad to be back with you guys. I see a couple people coming on board. I'm not even going to waste any time. Just somebody send me a message and let me know we're working, okay? That way, if you have any questions, I can answer your questions as we're going, okay? Whoop, whoop, we're back, we're back, we're back. All right, anybody got me? Check my I'm going to slide this thing, see if I've lost my messages somehow. All right, I need a hey, I need a hello. Somebody talk to me. Anybody. Say hey, tell me where you're from. There's Miss Linda. Ooh, hey, thank you, Miss Palmer. Hope y'all are doing well. As everybody gets to coming on board, I may repeat myself once or twice, but y'all kind of chime in and help me with this. So if I got a train of thought, y'all know this isn't real blonde, it's fake blonde. But I do lose track sometimes because I'm 52 and I've lost my mind. So, if somebody asks or repeat question, if y'all would just kind of chime in and help me out a little bit, that'd be great, okay? So, Miss Linda, I know you're not the only one. I see 7 or 8 people up there. We're going to go ahead and get started. I have missed y'all. First of all, let me just say that. If you are new, there is Miss Stephanie. How are you, Miss Stephanie? Hope you're doing good. Whoop, whoop, we're back. We're back. I am so random right now, y'all, just so you know. Real quick dissertation. If you don't know who I am, my name's Bridget Hicks Reese. Hicks was, of course, maiden name, but I'm a Reese. And I've been with LaDonna, and this page sits before the old group got archived. So I've been hanging out with Miss LaDonna for a good while, and I used to do a lot of lives. And then as life progresses, sometimes you have time and sometimes you don't. So if you ever want to catch up on any of the tutorials, some of them have been posted to this group. There's a link in tutorials towards the top. It'll say mentorship, things like that. Hey, Miss Charlene, how are you? So y'all can go back and watch other lives that I've done here. I don't promote anything with YouTube, y'all. My YouTubes are the exact same thing you're watching now. All I do is that I send it to YouTube. So it's not like I'm trying to get famous or make money, girl. Just trust me. I just do this because I want to help people, okay? Just so you know, I have seen your videos. I'm learning a lot from watching. Oh, that is great. I am so glad you're with me. Now, y'all know I'm about blind. I got some new lights in here. So I might be, and got my new bifocals. I don't have no more bling bling. So I'm looking to see. Is it Matisha? I am so glad you're here. And Karen, I'm here, but the volume down low because I'm out eating. You're like me. I'll be watching YouTube videos while we go eat. My husband's like, really? Or you're not going to like, But anyway, guys, I have missed y'all tremendously. And like I said, you can find me on YouTube. It's just going to say Bridget Reese. It's the same stuff you're going to watch on the other lives, okay? So it's nothing new, nothing extra, nothing special. But it might be something you haven't seen before and have some questions. If y'all ever have any questions, just either send me a friend request. Sometimes I don't look at the spam often, but I do check it every other day. Or if you just want to send me a private message and say, I'm having trouble with something or I need to pick your brain. Hey, Miss Ashley, y'all do that anytime, okay? If I don't respond immediately, please don't think I'm not going to. I do keep grandchildren, and matter of fact, we had 9 the other night, and my husband said he was moving to the building. It was just a little bit too many, but we had a ball, y'all. Says he knows I love him. Well, Karen, you tell him I love him just for tolerating me. How about that? Because you know I'm a talker. Y'all, I'm going to talk about all kinds of stuff. It's very random. I'll just throw in little things that have worked for me and not. I've been doing tumblers a while. Hey, Miss Benita. So I've been doing this a while. I started out not having anybody to go to except tutorials. I was like YouTube, Facebook, anywhere I could go to get help. So we're talking a couple years now, several years now, not a couple, but several. And I'm still learning, guys. And I'm always willing to try something different. So if I get to doing this cup and I'm like, you know what we're gonna try? Y'all just gotta bear with me, because I'll try something new in a heartbeat just to let you see if it's gonna work. So if you have any ideas or you've thought about something, I am not in this for competition. I sell on an average just X number of cups. I do ship, stuff like that. But I'm not in here to take anybody's business or steal your ideas. I just love everybody's creativity, okay? So just know that if I'm picking your brain, or if you want to pick my brain, I'm in Liberty, South Carolina. I used to live in Pickens, so you know I'm in the country, okay? But I live in a little community called Flabtown, so I'm in the middle of nowhere. So you don't have to worry about me, and I promise I'm as friendly as they come. So we're going to get going, okay? We're going to see what we're doing. Making sure everybody's here. We've got about 20 people. That's pretty good for a Sunday, because I think churches just kind of started their evening service. You can watch these later. In the top, it's in my top right. I don't know how y'all see me, but the top right of your screen, there should be 3 dots, and it'll say notify me for lives or something like that. I don't even know what it says, but just push that little button and it'll notify you, okay? Hey, Miss Dina, how are y'all? Y'all, there's some familiar names, and there's some names that aren't quite familiar, but I'm so glad you took the time out to do this with me. It's been a minute, just gonna be honest. Between my husband's surgery and my surgery and grandbabies and mamas, and it's just been something. I got a mother with dementia, so this has been a haul, and sickness on top of that. You know how that is. Hey, Miss April. Hey, Missy. How are you guys? That goes out to everybody, really. These are just, one's my sister, and one is a real good friend of mine from local area. She makes tumblers too, and I've learned stuff from her. So everybody just feel free to sit back, relax, get ready for some questions, okay? This right here, guys, I get most of my tumblers from 1 or 2 places, okay? I've tried other places, and they're just as great. I'm not trying to sway you to buy from anybody in particular. Just going to tell you what works for me. So one, I buy tumblers from Stainless Steel Depot, but I do wait for their emails to come through. So register for just an email notifications, because what I do is I wait for free shipping, because y'all know it can save you about 20 bucks, okay? So let's see. Hey, Miss Kathy. Hey, Tiana. Oh, and there's Terry. How are you? So listen, just go on, put your email in. It'll send you notifications. It'll let you know when they got free shipping, when they got buy 4 tumblers, get 1 free. I like to just wait for that, because I'm not about spending $20 for shipping, because I'm cheapskate, just being honest. So this is a stainless steel tumbler. Stainless Steel Depot tumbler, excuse me. It's a Hog tumbler. All their tumblers are Hog, H-O-G-G. You may be new at this, and you may not. So if I throw out a lot of information that makes no sense, just chime in and say, what are you talking about? And slow down. And y'all, I talk this fast because I'm 52, and my husband's 52, and between 15 grandbabies and 1 on the way. If you don't say what you got to say in about 30 seconds, it gets lost in the shuffle. So just tell me to slow down, too, if I need to, okay? Honey, Miss Kathy, I love you forever. I promise you I haven't lost a pound. If something happens when you get old, guys, you don't get this way anymore. You go this way. So on my way, it looks like I'm slim, don't it? No, I'm just kidding. And I got my eyelashes on. So, but I am not skinny. But I appreciate that. That makes me feel good, because it's been a month. We'll just put it that way. It ain't been a day. It's been a month. Jesus is trying me. But so far, we're good, okay? Stainless Steel Depot. I also get them at Micah Mania for you. I'll add these links later, okay? So if you go back to watch this live, or if you missed something, at the top of the page, I'll edit it and tell you all the links to where I got things, okay? I'm also going to throw out a couple names of some people. I've used every kind of glitter, every kind of epoxy. Y'all wouldn't even understand. Like, I'll try anybody in the drop of a hat. All my glitter's over here, so you can't see it, but this wall is ridiculous. And my husband's put me on restriction, but I can't blame him, because it's ridiculous over there. But I'm going to throw out some names, and if I do mention those names, you'll either see them in the comments, or I will go back to the top and edit that for you guys, so you can just maybe take a look at what they got. I also, on this, my page, I have another page that's just a tutorial page, okay? Hey, Crystal. On the tutorial page, all I do are other lives, but I also promote some of the companies that I kind of deal with. I don't get a dime for doing that. I don't get free product. Everything you see today is stuff I've bought. So please don't think I'm getting a kickback or anything like that. I'm just going to tell you what works for me, okay? Things that, there really hasn't been a whole lot that hadn't worked for me, but there's just certain stuff that I really, really, really love. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, I was going to tell you, Micah Mania for you, she has mica powders, she's got mold, she's got glitter, and she also sells tumblers. It's going to be right above her big sale page, so when you go to the link I put up, you'll see where her tumblers are. It's Y&D Tumblers. Please, please, please just give her a look. She started Y&D Tumblers for her son, who not too long ago was murdered not murdered, I shouldn't say, he was accidentally shot in college. So the business of the tumblers was started for her son. So show her some love, okay? Now, Miss LaDonna, I hope she's on here, but she has some babies too. They're grown, but kind of grown. She has amazing glitters, guys. She's trying to, she's got a lot of stuff. Her stuff is American made. That's really important to me. I hope it is to you. But she has some beautiful stuff, and she's got a sale going on right now. So hers is going to be Hero Glitter. It is a Shopify account. So if you type in Hero Glitter in Shopify, it's going to pull it up. But I am going to add her link after we're done. Okay? So let's get going. This is a 32 ounce standard curve. This is not real new to them, but the cool thing about this standard curve is it's a screw on top. Okay? So that's what's really cool about this. Walmart has standard tumblers. Matter of fact, I'm drinking out of one over here. Just saying. That's an Ozark tumbler. Kind of the same difference, but the tops just press on with the seal. Okay? These do screw on, and I think these are on sale right now. I want to say they're like $7 or $7.25 a piece versus the $9 for Walmart. Okay? Also, just so you know, Missy, if she's still in here, she sells tumblers too. I'm not sure what kind of stock she has right now, but she does sell tumblers. I've even gotten a few from her. Hi, Missy. Shout out. Whoop, whoop. All right, guys, let's go. What we're going to do tonight is take this tumbler, which I have sanded, sanded, washed, and base painted just a typical flat white. Now, somebody's going to say, if you are new, what's the difference in the spray? Well, let's start with the sanding. I'm going to show you what happens if you are doing tumblers and have been doing tumblers for a while. Look, kudos to you. I commend you. But I want to show you something, guys. I've often said, but I've never given you an example. So I intentionally did a tumbler without sanding first because I wanted to come on and show you what happens to a tumbler after you've added your epoxy and all your hard work, what can happen, okay? Hey, Miss Missy, I need to get with you too, so I'll be hollering at you soon. I've got a couple things that I need, and I cannot wait on the mail. So I'll holler at you later. Tammy! Oh my gosh. Love you, Tammy. All right, guys, so listen, and I said, hey, Crystal, if you don't take your tumblers, I'm going to give you one for instance. Y'all don't look. I got to bend over in the background. So you got a stainless steel tumbler. These, of course, are the sippy cups for the kids. I've already taken the lid off because I got to do my taping before I do everything. And I usually tape before I sand because I don't want to make that pretty rim look ugly, okay? So what I do is I typically get some type of a sanding block or sandpaper. Some of y'all are doing it with drills. I mean, however you want to do it, continue your sanding the way you do. I buy these little things at Walmart. This is a 120, 180, 220, 320 grit. Other sides are different. These actually are about ready to be replaced. And then I've got some of these heavy duty ones. They don't have sizes as far as degrees, but this is really rough. I usually use this one. All I do, guys, is go onto my tumbler while it's silver. And I could do this, but I don't want it to get on my cup in here. I do it outside. You scuff it up really good to where it makes scratch marks in it, okay? What your site name? Okay, for the other site where I just do tutorials, okay? I'm not promoting to sell or anything like that, but we'll do some silly stuff, real simple stuff to the more complicated stuff, Benita. And it is Glitter Mountains. Mountains, Glitter Mountains tutorials, I think. Isn't that awful? Look, I'm going to put a link at the top. I'm going to make sure I copy it right so you can find me. But there's going to be a cartoon girl with pink hair and blonde ponytail, because I used to have pink hair just right here. And you'll see it's just for a live. But I'll list that at the top too. Thank you for asking me, okay? All right, so scuffing this up. After you get done scuffing it, you need to wash it. And after I wash and dry it, I take a little alcohol. Where's my alcohol? I keep my alcohol in a spray bottle. I spray it down and wipe it with a paper towel or a coffee filter. Somebody's going to say, why a coffee filter? Less lint. You don't have to sit there and blow it off and dust it off, okay? Just quick tidbit. If you're not sanding your tumblers and it works for you, awesome. I'm going to show you what happens for me, and I think it does for other people. Bam! So this was a coarse beach tumbler. This is my base paint. So the base paint, all the alcohol inks I had, I can't even put it together now, peeled off in sheets, guys, okay? That's the bottom of my tumbler. That was the ocean foam, but you can't really tell because it's peeled off. But it peeled off. And this is the whole cup. Okay? I did that on purpose because I wanted somebody to see. Somebody said, I ain't never heard of that. I don't believe it happens, guys. Listen, it happens. Okay? But this is, it's just, you've got to sand your tumblers. You might not have a problem when you get done with it. You might sit it down. What happened is, the reason I knew, now it does have epoxy on it. Okay? I mean, this epoxy was rather thin because I do my decal and then I do my heavy top coat. So I can tear this. But if the reason it did that is I went to clean my rim as I did my vinyl, and of course my top coat of epoxy was going to go on to seal my rim. So I'm not sure in what steps that you clean your rim, but just remember, when you clean your rim, you have to seal it back over. If you're not sealing it, then it's got access for water to get in there and it can peel. But this is what happened. I'm glad it happened to me and I didn't give it to the customer. And she called me like 2 days later and said, this was my cup. I felt real bad. So I just wanted to show you what happens if you're not prepping your cup the correct way, okay? So, long story short, you can prep your cup with spray paint. I usually use a Rust-Oleum 2X. I used to buy the 96-cent paint. I think some of y'all already know this story. I'm telling you, Missy, it works. Not changing the subject. But the coffee filters don't put lint everywhere. And it's amazing. It's nice. But I used to use the 96-cent paint from Walmart, guys. But I'd have to put like 3 or 4 coats on it. I'd get runs, drip. I mean, just, it was a mess because you have to put so much on to get coverage. But that 2X is $3.96. You can spray cups for days and not have a mess. So just give it a shot. It's worth the money in the long run than sanding your runs and going about it that way. There's also things out there, and I may have put them up there right here beside me. There is a lady that is was local to my area. And some of you who have been on here a good while know who I'm talking about. But I'm going to show you some stuff of hers. I'm not using it today, but I do want you to know that it's out there. So Christy Taylor, she has a lot of YouTube videos. Her work wasn't like this basic stuff, okay? It wasn't like alcohol inks with glitter in it or a glitter cup. She would like hand paint, y'all. Her talent was amazing. But she had some of her own products. She made alcohol inks and these things called Pathalon paints. It's kind of a clay-based paint that you can do as a substitute for spray paint. So let's say it's raining or you've got high humidity or somebody asked a question today on this group about Washington State, what they could use or what they prep the cup with. So these are an option for you. It's Christy Taylor Creations. I'll add her link at the top too, just so you know. She did pass away from COVID not too long ago, but her husband has continued her dream in keeping the business alive. So keep that in mind, okay? It's something that really works instead of the spray paint. You brush this stuff on. You have to mix it up a little bit because, like I said, it'll separate. It's a clay base. Works just as good as this, okay? They've got 52,000 colors. I've got lime green, turquoise, purple, red, blue. These are just a few that I pulled out for you, okay? Keep that in mind. That's your option. So what we're going to do is a distress tumbler. Everybody, I'm going to slide this real quick, guys, just to make sure I haven't missed anything. Every once in a while, for some reason, Facebook will cut the messages off and you can't see anything. So a distress tumbler, people are doing it different ways. I'm going to be real with you. I've seen people do it with paint. I've seen people use alcohol inks. I've seen people use a full tumbler water slide. They're selling those on Etsy. I'm just one of them, like, I like water slides. I don't like full tumbler water slides on a curved tumbler. It's kind of like Mod Podge. It sucks the life out of me. So I don't do the full page water slides unless it's a straight. I will do it on a straight any day, or like some of the water bottles, and then do something behind it. But for this is just me. Sometimes I just like to be busy and I want to just play with stuff, okay? So that's the reason that I'm going to show you some hand painting stuff, okay? I am not the best painter in the world, but I love to have fun and be creative. And we're going to talk about some alcohol inks now. So switching gears, my magical door. April, that's my magical door on my cabinet. But anyway, I finally got this room. Y'all, look, I can see the floor back there. Don't look at the tina bed. Look, I can see the floor. If you've ever watched my lives, you couldn't even get in here. So just so you know, there are so many types of inks, guys. There's the Pinata inks. There is the Bria Reese paint inks. That would look kind of like that if you've seen these. These are new. These are the Marabou alcohol inks. They're on a lot of the sites. I can add those links for you too, in case you don't know where to get them. Hobby Lobby has them now, which I was shocked about, and of course Michael's has them. If you're going to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and you're new, only for those that are new, I want to show you something. If you ever see, let me put these colors back, or I'm going to have a hot pink on this cup. Let me see what that is. That's okay. So guys, listen, this is Bria Reese, and that's Bria Reese. I saw this on the shelf with like 4 other bottles, and I was like, I snatched it, because somebody took a color out of there, okay? Hey, Miss Candace. Hey, Vic, how are you? So I snatched it up, girl. It was like $2 for 4 bottles. I was like, you can't get no better than that. Plus, back then we had coupons. You could use a coupon. So I grabbed it up, and I got home. I had my epoxy on my cup, and I went to do my inks, and y'all look at the top. It is, ooh, let me get behind it if I want to focus. It's a watercolor ink. Still can use it different way, okay? You have to make sure you're getting the alcohol ink, like that says in the corner. This will repel on epoxy, so make sure you're getting the regular alcohol ink and not watercolor. Same bottle, y'all. Look from a distance, you can't tell the difference, okay? If you're seeing these at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, these are watercolors. Didn't know it, doesn't say anywhere on it what it is. Like, I looked everywhere in the ingredients, like everything. But this is watercolor, so just keep that in mind. It's going to repel. You can still use it to paint your cup like this, and they turn out really pretty. But they're not going to work with epoxy if you have epoxy on it and then put the ink on it, if that makes sense, okay? All right, so that's enough about that. So we're going to be using, most of these over here are my these are Ranger inks too. That was another one. So we got the Pinata, the Jacquard, and then the Ranger inks are the other ones, okay? 2 things about inks. Can y'all hear the bead? If it has a bead, it's going to be a metallic. So in these brands, some companies, and we'll mention, Christy Taylor's. Now, her metallics also have a bead. She has alcohol inks too, guys. But sometimes people put a bead in there just to mix the colors. So just keep in mind, it's something you have to learn. These are both going to be a metallic. The one thing about metallic alcohol inks, they don't like a lot of heat. You can still heat it, get it running, do your thing, okay? But just keep in mind, hey Andrea, hey Candace, how are y'all? They don't like a lot of heat, so you can scorch your cup if you're not careful. So I usually wait and put my alcohol inks that are metallic on a little last after I have a little bit of heat rolling, so it can kind of mix on its own. So I've got several colors. Now remember, we're doing distress, so my version doesn't make it right, guys. Y'all do it however you've seen it on other tutorials. Try it every way, because you only learn by mistakes, okay? The way I do it is I paint my alcohol inks on, okay? Hey Carla, how are you? I may have already said hey to you. I'm going to use different colors. This is going to be a Yellowstone tumbler, okay? Can y'all hear me okay? I'm just going to be honest. I got a fan over here in the corner, and if it's not running, I'm about to burn up. I just did cut it off, if you can hear better now. I'm going to use a mixture of some of the teal color and the wood grain colors. I'm also going to throw in just a touch of a gold and a smolder, just to give it the older look, okay? Smolder is like a gray metallic, and of course gold, you got to be really gentle. Hey Andre, thank you for asking about Vince. He is in the other room. I had to cook dinner a while ago, and I thought I'd come in here with brownie all over me, because I threw some fudge brownies in the oven a while ago, and he's waiting on me to eat. Isn't that sweet? So I told him I wouldn't be long, but oh no, I got a mouth on me. So I'm hoping we're going to get through this good. Okay, but thank you for asking. His infection is completely gone, and the wounds are completely closed. We thought we were going to lose a lot of tissue, and it turned out we didn't. And he didn't have to have the surgery on Monday. So we go back Tuesday of next week, possibly putting on a cast. They're kind of scared to put a cast on it because we won't be able to see it for 6 weeks. But thank you, Miss Billy. I appreciate that. Or, excuse me, Billy Quinn. I appreciate that. So he is doing well for now, and we're going to keep continuing to pray and cross our fingers that everything's good, because I'm going to tell y'all, soaking his foot twice a day, 30 minutes at a time, and the 3 antibiotics and everything. So tell Vince I'm driving a Jaguar. Girl, I'll be done here in about 30 minutes. You come pick me up in the front yard and give Vince a break and give me a break, and maybe, like, I don't know, come get him and take him for... He might like that. Y'all just have to know, I know Miss Missy, so she's a sweetheart. Try and get her to come kidnap my husband. Give him a break. I think look, this man has never missed a day of work, y'all. But he's been out of work since January. And it's pitiful. If you've got a man that works as hard as mine and then they can't work because they can't honestly walk, it's sad. Like, I feel so bad. When he hurts, I hurt. I know all of y'all know what I'm talking about, but it's been awful. He tries to get around here and do stuff, but it's just, what's that say? Might scare me. Might be like, I go have fun. Y'all, I bought these at the Dollar Tree. They were $1 and you get like 6 or 8 of them. They're awesome, awesome, awesome for alcohol inks, unless you just like to pour it on. Because I'm doing this in front of you, of course, if I pour, it's going to run. So I am going to use my little dip containers. $1 for like 8 of them. And you can wash them. You can clean them. You just squirt a little bit of regular, I use the 90% alcohol, 91% alcohol. So I just spray it with that and wipe it right out with a paper towel, okay? So they are reusable. That's another good thing. So all I'm doing right now is putting a couple drops of some different shades of brown, okay? We're going to put, y'all know I might have to use my teeth. You know I'm redneck as all get out. So I'm just putting a couple different shades of some browns, just so I've got them here. And then, of course, I'll use some of the other colors. And as we're going, we'll kind of talk about things. If you have any questions about inks, let's see, mine was also January 8th till June 14th. Girl, when they had to do the second surgery, that's a long time, Tammy. And I'm going to tell you, I feel for anybody. Look, I've had some surgeries, a lot actually, but like, I think my knees were the worst. Doing the total knees, they were probably the worst thing that ever, like, I had been through. And I've been through the mastectomies and reconstruction and back surgeries and all of that stuff. But I'm going to be honest, the knees are no joke. People talking about, I'm back to work in 4 weeks. Well, good for you. I can't get off the couch and it's been 6. I'm just going to say, I need help. I got to go to the bathroom. But anyway, guys, listen. Any time out of work is a long time. But when he had surgery in January 22nd. And then he had surgery again. No, I said that wrong. January 22nd. And then again July 12th. And this one's been horrible. They had to cut the calcaneus, which is your heel, reposition it, screw it back together, and cut the first metatarsal, which is your big toe bone, and pin it back together to get the tendons to even work. Because his tendons basically kind of exploded last July, and they didn't get it approved till January. So anyway, y'all, I just put some of this ink in my little palette thing, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to start in a couple places, and we're just going to make your lines. I did not bring the cup in here, but you'll get the idea of what we're doing here in a second, okay? You can put these anywhere you want. We're not doing a total wood grain. So y'all, look, don't be afraid. If you've never done a wood grain, somebody maybe chime in or something, because there's a lot of people who have never done a wood grain. With this, it doesn't have to be as perfect. And I'm going to turn it towards you and I'll work upside down, okay? The reason I say that is there's going to be so many different colors that pop through on this, okay? Now, I want to show you something. If you take a wet brush, and some of you already know this, and you put it where it's dry, it's going to make whiter streaks. Does everybody see that? Okay. So alcohol inks are sometimes a learning process. And I was scared to death to use alcohol inks my first time. But now that I've done them many times, I absolutely love it. But the trick to the wood grain, of course, is to brush and don't use too much ink, because it turns into like a cloudy looking mess, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay. He fractured his foot at work. Then ended up with a sore on the bottom of the foot from walking boot. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's no joke anymore. My husband's not diabetic. He does take metformin. It's kind of a precautionary. But he, kind of like you, he hurt himself at work. And he tore his shoulder up. Somebody moved a trailer while he's putting lock loads on. And when it pulled forward, it pulled his bicep tendon loose and tore the rotator cuff completely. And when he had that surgery, you know, when you're sitting around, you're not working, you're not active, and you're eating and having fun and doing nothing, just sitting there, sometimes you put on a little bit of weight. And that's what happened to both of us, you know, just sitting around for 6 months for that to heal. So now we're in the same boat again, only they're saying he probably won't return to work till January or February of next year. So that's a whole year out of work. So, all right, guys, I got a little bit of wood grain here. It's not too much. If you need a little bit to get in these cracks down here, if you can see that, okay. I usually do a lot of speckling. Everybody's different. These don't have to be straight lines either. And I'm going to show you that why we do that too, okay? This is going to be distressed. It does not have to be perfect, okay? Reason being is we're going to do different shades, okay? We're going to do this mainly in teal. We're also going to do some crackle on it. We're going to use crackle medium, and then we're going to use a little bit of white acrylic paint in spots, especially where I want to put my decal later. This is going to be a Yellowstone cup, okay? It's going to have one of those Beth Dutton quotes on it, which is so fun. And I've been wanting to do it forever, so that's what I decided to do. And I also have a friend of mine who is a mad crazy fiend for Yellowstone, so I'm hoping she might peek on here and see it. Can't see the cup. You really can't see the cup. All right, let's see what we got. Let me put you down some. I apologize. It might be from the comments. If the comments are blocking more of the cup than you really want it to, you can slide the comments to your right, and it'll give you a better view of the cup. I don't want to do that because then I can't see you guys. Let's see, mine was also. All right. Thank you for letting me know, though, Kel. I appreciate that because sometimes I don't know what you can see and what you can't, okay? I can put it all the way down. It doesn't bother me. I'm not, you know, I just want to be able to, I won't be able to read some of the comments because y'all will be kind of far up. Let me cut this a little bit. Sometimes you get, your inks sit for a long time and you haven't used them, they'll get a little, they'll get stopped up. So you may see me clipping my little tops here. All right. So I'm going to put a little bit of this yellow. The yellows, if you need the colors, what I do in the end, like I edit and give you the post of where to get everything, I'm going to take pictures of the colors I used. This is another Ranger color. It's a metallic though. So you can't see it in here. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know if it's going to do it or not. I'm going to tilt it and hopefully. The metallic has like a shimmer to it, okay? I'm just going to add a few colors before I go in deep with the, let me turn it to you, before I go deep with the teal, okay? And like I said, this is not going to be a perfect, I'm not trying to have a perfect wood grain or anything like that. We're going to want it kind of distressed, okay? Let me get me another brush. That's wanting to kind of blend a little. So we'll do this. I'm going to put some yellow in here. That looks better. We just have to get a new brush. Sometimes the brush dries enough. Alcohol inks dry very quickly too if you've never worked with them, okay? Is that better, Kel? Let me know if you can see that. So I'm just going to put some yellows in here, just giving it some different hues. Like I said, if you touch the wood again, it's going to give you some funny colors. And we're just trying to make it look. See how this is kind of cloudy looking? Can everybody see that? You don't have the lines. So you can just go back over. You can get your other brush you had. Okay. And it sounds crazy, but you want kind of the brush strokes in there. Okay. Can you see that a little better? I hope you can. I'm just kind of working away and I'm hoping you can see. So that was a yellow. I'm going to put a little bit of this. This is a Splendor. It's another Ranger ink. And like I said, guys, I'm not partial to Ranger. I'm not partial to Pinata. I like all the colors. But the thing with me is I really will buy any inks that I like as far as just color wherever. I'm not partial to one. I will tell you this. Y'all listen. I got a mosquito right here. And I got a bug thing back behind me. Because, you know, I do work inside in the spare bedroom. So that is the orange. You're just trying to get some different shades in there. Can you see those colors okay? Now, I want to get some teal on here. That I do not need that. I don't know how I got that out. Ooh, that would be awful to have a deep purple. I'm not looking for purple. So we're just putting a bunch of different colors on here to get the distressed look. And then I'm going to show you a couple things with it, okay? I promise this isn't crazy. It does turn out just fine as long as you keep busy. That's used. So, that's used. I'm going to do this one. I have different brushes here, guys, just so you know. A lot of my brushes I just get at the Dollar Tree. You can get a whole pack of like 8 or 9 brushes at Dollar Tree for $1. You know, so like I said, don't make this craft suck your wallet dry. Okay? You don't want to do that. So all we're doing is we're wanting it to blend. You're not wanting it to be beautiful. Okay? I mean, well, that's a lie. You want it to be beautiful. But what I'm trying to do is make it look kind of as rough as I can. But then we're going to go back and kind of make it look rougher. So any places that you're not real sure if you like, or you get the smudge look like I do here, you can go back and kind of daub it, and it kind of makes it look a little better. I don't like the way that looks either right there. This is a play game, okay? The biggest thing is the more ink you use in one spot, just know the longer it does take to dry, and then it settles and looks kind of muddy if it doesn't have the grains in it, okay? Hey, Miss Lena and Christina and Tiffany, how are y'all? I hope y'all are doing good. It's been a while. It's been a while, guys, since I've been here. And I appreciate everybody taking the time to come out. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of dark in that. Just kind of blending it a little bit, all right? I'm going to show you what the smolder looks like, just so you'll know, because you never know till you see it. It might be something you like, might not, okay? But the biggest thing is I'm trying to get kind of a wood, rustic, just different shades of stuff in there so that it looks like it's an older, maybe piece of barnwood or a piece of whatever. You know, whatever the look. Like in my mind, I can picture what I want it to look like. It just depends on what it decides to look like. And you can make it do different things, okay? So I'm going to put a little bit of the smolder here. This is kind of a gray, kind of like an antique gunmetal, if you can see it when I get it on here. But it does give you just a little bit of a silver look. And it's not going to be right there, but all I'm doing is kind of going along my lines, trying to change it up a little bit. And I'm going to bring it back to you, so don't think I'm leaving you, okay? I just can't see upside down. So we're just making different layers, guys, okay? And the other color I was going to show you, you can throw in anything you want. I'm just trying to show you what some of these colors do look like on a cup, okay? So don't give up on me. I promise it doesn't look like much of nothing right now. I'm just showing you how some of these colors start to look, okay? I'm going to do this one out real quick, and then I'm going to do a crackle part, and then we're going to go back and fill in. Because the crackle part is actually where I'm going to put my decal. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I'm just putting some more colors over here so I can flip back between them so you can see everything, okay? Excuse me, and I'm also leaning to get more brushes. I got a whole box right here full of brushes. I didn't know how many to pull out. We'll do this little one. So this is going to be the gold, okay? So let's say, I'm going to put the gold kind of right along this line of this, okay? Everybody knows what gold looks like when you put your epoxy on your cup. But when you line a wood tumbler with a little bit of this gold, get it on there. Make sure I got it thin enough so it don't run. So see that against the wood grain? It just kind of brightens it up just a little bit. And we're going to have a lot of colors. I don't like that right there. So I'm going to put a touch of gold. I'm kind of adding in a couple spots. And some of these I don't like the color, and you can change these, guys. That's the cool thing. So all I'm doing is putting some streaks in there, okay? You're going to play with this for as long as you want to. You don't have to play with it forever. But like this color looks kind of muddy to me. So I'm just going in and kind of adding some of the gold twists in there, okay? And you can get real funny with this. It says, gotta run, you're having a book party. 7:30. You go, Tammy. I want to join something like that. I want to have something that I could do. Like, you know, I really want somebody to go eat Mexican with me. My husband does not like Mexican. And I love Mexican food. And I used to go eat all the time. But between the kids coming and his wound was really, really, really worrisome. And it was painful to watch. So I didn't leave hardly any. So I was worried about him. So this is a pearl. This is just another one. You can see what it does. You can just add streaks in here to your green, the teal. And it just kind of gives it a little light of shimmer, but you can still see the green colors, okay? I'm just adding stuff to this so you can just get an idea of what you want to put on yours. And then the last color I have over here, what is this? I think that has color on it. One more brush. That's all I need. I'm showing you the different colors I have here, okay? I just put gold all over my hand. So that was the gold and the smolder. And then I'm going to definitely be coming back to this and putting more teal on it. I want more teal on my cup, just so you know that. But the distressed part comes when you do like the crackle and the acrylic paint, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of black. You can do this with acrylic paint, or you can do it with your alcohol ink, okay? You can do it either way. And I'm going to pull out another brush real quick, just so I can put that black on. My hands are sticking to everything in here. So, you can do it either way. You can either use those big Q-tips you find at Dollar Tree, or you can get just a junk brush. It doesn't have to be perfect. we're going to put the black on. Just got to find me a hole right here. You know, black, if it runs, you're going to have to go back and touch all your color up, because really and truly, I want more turquoise throughout this cup. The whole idea is turquoise and wood. I just do the others as an accent color, okay? Oh, I missed your lives. I missed y'all. Hey, Miss Nikki, how are you? So I'm going to show you the black. And the reason I'm doing a little bit of black on my tumbler is because I'm going to go back and do some crackle here, okay? You can do crackle with the white behind it, but just know with the white behind it, your crackle will show whatever is underneath. So I don't really necessarily want, and all I'm doing is this, guys, using this Q-tip as a little brush. And these are really not Q-tips, they're like a foam sponge. But I'm making the black behind it. This stuff dries so much faster than acrylic paint, so you're able to do this pretty quickly. And then we can work on the other stuff while the crackle is drying. And then I'll show you how to get the crackle effect. And what I'm doing is kind of putting the black where I know I'm going to want my decal. Okay, my decals on this size cup are anywhere from 3.8 on Cricut. I use Cricut. I have a Cricut maker, to 4.2 on a 30 ounce, which some people say that's big. I didn't say names, but most of my, on a curve, it'll be 3.8 by 4.2 wide, and it'll be about 2.8, 2.9 long if I'm doing anything. That way it stops before your curve and you're not having to worry about it. Y'all, this don't have to be perfect. All I'm doing is getting my black where I'm going to have my decal. And the reason the black is going on is because if you've never used crackle, I hope everybody has, but if you haven't, anything that shows through your crackle is going to be your undercoat. So I want my undercoat of my white crackle to be black. That's the only reason I'm doing this. And the only reason I'm doing it without acrylic paint is this dries much faster. Okay, it's already dry, except that one spot that I just touched. So give this a minute. We'll go back and add a few more colors, okay? Somebody might have it, you might could tape this off and spray paint it and do all that stuff and it'd be a whole lot easier, but I'm just trying to do a few things here while we're waiting. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more of this teal down in here. This is actually a different color. This is that turquoise, where that's the teal, okay? So I'm just trying to get some different waves of stuff through the other colors. Remember, it does not have to be straight. It doesn't have to be perfect, because once all these colors kind of blend in, it's going to look totally different. Where's my green? My green. You got to put it on your hands to figure out where you're going. And then I just pull some of the excess off, so you get your brush strokes, okay? Now, like I said, somebody is going to think that this looks ridiculous, but once you add the other colors, all of this kind of blends together, okay? Let's see what color that was. That's my orange, just what I wanted. And one more thing, and I'm going to show you how to do this crackle, because that actually smeared. And then I'm going to turn the cup back to you. It's different when you're doing these, and the good thing about this is when we're done, I can pull this off and put it to the side, because most of it is already dry, okay? So all I'm doing is just giving you a couple more touches where you can see this is pulling together a little bit. I don't like that smolder right there, just keeping it real with you. The smolder looks good on some of the other cups, but I don't like it with this teal. So if you get a little messy, you can dip it back in there and daub it off. As long as these colors get wet, you can make your lines in it. I hope you can see that. So this is dry, okay? I'm going to go ahead and do the crackle so you can see what I'm talking about. And then I can take this off and let's see, do you save these someplace if we want to watch a replay? Kathleen, yes. Hey, Miss Kim. Hey, is it Kayla Lynn? I may have missed a few of you. Kathleen, they are posted 2 places. On this page at the very top where you have the title and the face or the profile picture or whatever. At the top up there, there's going to be a place that says tutorials, mentorship. I don't know if this one has SVGs or what, but there's a place at the top that says tutorials, and you can click on there, or you can go in the search bar on this page and type in Bridget Hicks Reese, and it'll pop up the tutorials that have been done so far. I also transfer all of this stuff to YouTube. It's the same video you're watching now. It's me talking to the camera. Like, I don't know if you can see the comments down below, but it's the same thing. I just put them there in case people get lost. Now, guys, this is Crackle Medium. You can order it online. Some of the online sites are selling it. I actually got that at Hobby Lobby for $3.99. Back when they had the 40% off coupon, I'd get the big one. And I'd get this $4. I'd get a bottle about like that. So they did away with those coupons. But that's the Crackle Medium. There's several types of things out there. You don't have to buy this brand. There's other brands. But there was something else they were saying that says marbling. And it's basically, this is a tinted, it's like a clear glue. Now the trick with, and this may get on my brush a little bit, the trick with Crackle is you put it on quickly, one swipe, and you don't touch it once you kind of put it on. If I go back over it, it will mess up the really pretty crackle you get, okay? Hey, Joey! That's my other lady I was going to tell y'all about. I told y'all I was going to put a bunch of links at the top of this video when I got done of some real reputable people that I've dealt with for a while. And Joey is one of them. So if you've ever ordered off of glitzology.com, that's your lady. That is Miss Joy right there, guys. So I've got some on my brush. I'm basically going over my black. Okay. You're going to swipe once and walk away from it, guys. And then go back to your next section. Don't keep dragging over it. If you do, you're going to mess up your crackle. This is a one swipe deal. That's why I usually use a little bigger brush. Okay. If you happen to get a little bit where you don't want it, this basically feels like a glue. Ooh, don't do that. Feels like a glue. You can just go and wipe where this white is, because I'm not going to put anything there where I want it to crackle. Okay. Got a little bit of excess here. It actually feels like a clear Elmer's glue. Okay. We'll let it sit for a minute. I've missed you, Miss Joy. I just popped on and seen you. I have been everywhere, Miss Teresa. I am so sorry. It feels like I ghosted everybody, but I swear I didn't. I swear I didn't. Life has just been super, super difficult lately. My husband had some major surgery in January and another surgery in July for the same problem. And it's been a very long road. So I really do apologize to everybody for not being around. I've been trying to kind of keep updated, and then I'll say I'm going to go live in an hour. I think the last time I was going to go live, bless his heart, he got up, went to the restroom by himself. No big deal. He has a little knee scooter, so he can put it. It's like a skateboard on wheels, but it's big. And we have 5 dogs in the house, and my dogs are crazy, and they have to be in the bathroom. So he's in the guest bathroom in the hall with 5 dogs, and went to get up and lost his footing and fell backwards into the tub, and I freaked out. So I was getting ready to go live that day, but you know, sometimes life just takes you in a different direction. So that was one of those days. I got a little bit of glue here, or not glue, the crackle. So I'm just wiping where it kind of smeared a little bit and went down. It's no problem. Don't freak out over it. That's the thing about crafting, guys. Y'all have to keep in mind, crafting is meant to be fun. Don't stress out over this. In the beginning, I used to stress out because, you know, product's expensive. I get that. But the trick to it is like, you can strip a cup for about 30 cents as far as the acetone, and a Ziploc bag and a little bit of tinfoil or a paper towel. But I understand you're going to lose product, but guys, if we don't play and experiment, you're never going to know. So, you know, just learn, give yourself a learning curve for a little while. Make sure you're comfortable doing what you're doing, and that's how you learn and grow. But just have fun with it, okay? Let's see, Teresa's saying she just got over it. Girl, I'm tell you what, they lie about them total knees. I had a total knee in October of 2019 and had the next knee done in October of 2020. And the doctor said, well, how do you feel about everything we've done so far? And I said, well, you kind of trade off the pain for a different kind of pain. Just keeping it real. And then on top of that, it was, I'm glad I don't have any more knees. I'll just put it that way. How about that? All right, guys, let's see. So it looks like a hot mess. Definitely looks like a hot mess. But I promise you guys, when everything's said and done, because I'll work on this long after we get off here, and I'm going to send y'all a picture of what it kind of looks like, because we won't finish it right now, and that's okay. Just saying, because some of this has got to dry, and then I do a little bit more scuffing, and I do just a little bit of brushes of black, just to kind of give it more of a distressed look. I'm just being honest. So right now, all I'm doing is playing until, and I might have to put the heat gun on here. I don't like using yellow on a distressed tumbler, but my decal has some of the Yellowstone in it. So I did want to kind of add that to it. My voice, I'm going hoarse. So right here, of course, I do have a blank spot. This is where that decal is going to go. So I'm trying to add a little bit around it without interfering in my crackle right there, because I don't want to mess it up. Oop, I hit it that time. Let's see. We'll do a little bit of this. How about that one? And that one. And like I said, you can play with this. It does not look the best right now, but we are far from done, okay? I'm just adding a few things while I'm sitting here. I will tell you this about these lovely brushes from Dollar General or Dollar Tree. Sometimes the fine hairs come off in the paint, and if they do, don't sweat it. Pull them to where the cup is white and swipe them off. That's all you got to do, okay? So that's all I've done there. I'm going to stop there because this is about dry, because I want to be able to show you the crackle part, okay? I'm just looking to see what we got. My mother had knee replacement at 8. Oh, girl. Walking on her own and up and about by the third. Girl, 3 days. I was still in the... I actually slept in the recliner for a long time. And I'm telling you, I was praying the whole time. I was like, well, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, one, I was a little bit overweight. I shouldn't have had the surgery because my body wasn't ready. But y'all know I only got like one lung. So on top of that, I got the 1.5 lungs is really, and trying to breathe, and it was awful. I'll just be honest. But I'm glad I had it done now, but I still hurt all the time. But it's a different kind of hurt. It's weird. It's like around the muscles and stuff. It's crazy. So far, even though this looks like a crazy mess, it's not quite done. But I promise you, once we get going, and I put some of the real fine. And when I say fine, I'm going to use a brush like that or smaller, guys. Actually, one like this. And put some little bit of black in there. We're going to have the crackle here. Maybe do even a hair of sanding. Sounds crazy, but with sandpaper, not these. And just kind of scuff up a few spots where the white underneath comes out. But it'll still have that stain of black, okay? All I'm doing right now is trying to get some of this crackle medium to dry. Kind of putting a rush on it. There's Miss LaDonna, y'all. Y'all, Miss LaDonna. If y'all only knew. That's a wonderful lady. If you don't know her personally, or you haven't heard anything about her story or her business and her babies, and just watched her craft, y'all, she does some amazing stuff. But she owns the Hero Glitter, and that's what this page was based off of. Now, in the beginning, she just had her tutorial page. She wasn't doing the glitter. But with her kids coming, her taking on some children, and they are her own and living life in an amazing way, she started selling glitter to kind of help with, I think, their future, really, wasn't it, LaDonna? Hey, LaDonna, I miss you. I'm still trying to get up there to see you, girl. If my husband and I will quit alternating having surgeries. I was supposed to have surgery again in October. 3rd back surgery. But I told her I'm not playing no more. She can go ahead and put them rods and screws in. I'm tired of the disc coming back. I'm tired of it. But I am so glad to see you. And y'all, I'm going to show you a couple things too. When this gets done and we put this crackle on there. Matter of fact, I'm going to let it cool off a second. I'm going to show y'all some of their stuff. Just because all we've really done here is the alcohol inks. And then we're doing the crackle with acrylic paints. I'm going to show y'all some stuff. And I think I got some of it's over here on the shelf. And I don't like getting up in front of people. So I used a lot of this stuff the other day. I'm going to see if I can grab it without going out of the picture frame too much. But y'all know, like I said, I use a lot of people's stuff. So I'm going to see. There's my strawberry shortcake. I'm going to stand up a second. It's rude, I know, but you'll be all right. I promise. I'm not going nowhere. These are just some that I had the other day that I was using. So I want to show you some of it. And I've still got some of LaDonna's stuff I hadn't even bottled up yet. So I'm going to show you some pretty colors. Now, some of these colors I'm going to show you she may not have right now. She did do a switch. Like I said, she went from having American regular glitter to American made glitter, guys. Okay? So keep that in mind. But I do want to share a couple of their colors just so you can see how pretty. Because that's about dry, but it does need to cool off where I added that heat. So this is a Hero Glitter. And like I said, some of these she may not have anymore. But y'all, this is a quality product. Yes, ma'am. Building a business with them, for them. That's right. I'm talking about Superwoman right there, y'all. She's had some health issues too. And you know what? Problems with family, friends, or yourself don't stop because of her health issues. So she has managed to still be a parent a wife, a business owner. Like she's, you know, that's all you can do is stay on top of it. But look, this is called Colossal. I don't know if she still has it. Like I said, I haven't really looked in about a week. So some of the colors that she used to have been discontinued because she's doing the American Blade. But look how pretty. Can y'all see this in the light? Let me find something to put it on. Y'all know I'm fixing to use a dirty piece of paper, but you'll get the gist of it. Look how pretty. She's got some pretty stuff. All right, so this is Hero. I'm going to show you a couple more of hers just because I want y'all to get an idea. And y'all are getting the full 2 ounces of glitter. Very reasonable. I think she has a sale, buy 4, get 1 or something like that. You'll have to get on the page and I'm going to add it. Now this is, of course, Colossal, but this is Cyborg. And if you look, the colors are just a touch different, okay? Touch different. What else have I got here? I got to look. This is Monroe by Hero Glitter. I'm kind of make sure I don't get these messed up. This is beautiful. Has some pink and blue hues to it. It's kind of an opal. It's a fine glitter. This is Ant. Amazing. It's kind of a reddish burgundy. I use it on some Dr. Pepper cups. Just keeping it real. I'm not supposed to say that out loud, but it's a pretty, pretty cup. Or the Louis Vuitton cups. Oh, I don't have my Louis Vuitton in here, but it's beautiful. Now, Joy stuff. Joy, I've only got about 4 out, but you know I've got stuff over here. But this is their Marvelous, like mauve. Very pretty, kind of a purplish. It's just beautiful. It's a chunky. This was her mermaid scales. It's kind of iridescent. It's got the turquoise with the purple hues. Okay, it's kind of a shifter. She is a superwoman, I'm telling you. Whew. This is her strawberry shortcake. I just got done. Look, that's all I got left of it. But this is a really pretty pink chunky with opal mix in it. This is her rose quartz. Y'all, for some reason, rose is very popular in the fall. It's beautiful. I sell a lot of anything with the rose or the Tiffany blue. Like all of that stuff is starting to like pop back in. People are wanting to get stuff in those colors. I got to figure out a place to put these. That was the one thing when I cleaned up, I didn't really make myself a workspace. But y'all please check out their companies. I don't get a kickback. I'm just saying I just enjoy their stuff. Now, we're going to go ahead and put this paint on so you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go eat with my husband because I've been on here for a minute and it's really quiet in there. I got the door shut, so I'm hoping he's not asleep. It's very possible he's gone to sleep without me. If you have never used Crackle before, this will be a treat for you, okay? What I want to explain to you about Crackles, in case you've never used it before, this is just regular white acrylic paint. What is that? Apple Barrel or whatever you get at Walmart. I actually gave like 50, well, these were on sale. You know, Walmart redid all their paints. I got those for like $1/4 a piece. Yeah, they're a small bottle, but I still got the big ones, you know, for like a kickback or whatever. But for Crackle, you have to have that Crackle. And all it does is sometimes you'll see a lot of bubbles. You don't have to worry about popping those. It's nothing like epoxy. Whatever base color is underneath is what's going to show through your Crackle. So if you want to do a teal with a yellow top coat, you can do that. If you want to do teal with white or black, you can make these to look any way you want. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You're not limited to having black with white over top. You can do anything you want. If I wanted to put the teal over that, it just means my black will show through it. Okay, and with trying to do the distressed look, I kind of want to keep it kind of to the white because when I scuff it up in the end with a little bit of sandpaper, it looks a lot better. Okay, now the other thing about Crackle, you're going to get one swipe with your paint. If you go back and keep playing with it, it's going to mess up, okay? 57 minutes you've been on. Is it really, Benita? Lord have mercy. I ordered from Hero Glitter and I love it. It's a really good product, Miss Brenda. Benita, it's been a while, hasn't it? But I talk all the time and I don't realize it feels like I've been on here 15 minutes. So I'm going to leave this up towards me. You're going to see me do the one swipe, maybe touch it at the top, and I'm going to turn it real quick so you can watch it crackle, okay? So let's get going. I'm going to go to the middle for, nope, I'm going to start over here. You ready? So basically I'm painting over my black. You also do not want super thick coats. And see, that was one swipe too many. And I'm going to show you why. If you play with it, and that's really heavy, I'm going to hate that, but we'll do it. So I'm going to leave it there for you to look at. And then it'll start doing its magic in just a second. If you put too much, sometimes you don't get the pretty crackle. You can use a heat gun or a hair dryer to speed this process up. This is going to be rough because I got it a little bit too hot. I don't typically use a heater just because I don't want it to run or get the crackle underneath to where it kind of slides. You can have them slide. I'm trying to get something where you can see this a little better. I can't tell because I got the light behind me from outside. So that's not wanting to do right. One thing about crackle cups, if you've never done one, the positive to crackle, which is amazing in acrylic paint, if I don't like this area, if I don't like the way it crackles, and it wasn't an alcohol ink cup, it really doesn't matter about the alcohol ink either because you're using water. I could go in the kitchen right now. Now the alcohol ink black underneath is going to stay, but you can go in there and wash the crackle and the white paint off, and I can do it again. You're still going to have your black box. It's alcohol ink, but see how it's starting to crackle? Right here and here, it looks good. I do not like right here. The reason it's doing that is because I use too much paint. I'm just keeping it real. I make mistakes sometimes, so everybody's, everybody does. I hope everybody does. If there's somebody out there not making a mistake every once in a while, you go, how am I going to fix that? Or do I have to strip it and start over? I'm trying to see if you need any more light to see the crackle spots. Can you see it crackling in pretty good ways, or am I making more of a glare? Somebody talk to me. I really like when it splits kind of big like that. I like it personally. And my crackle cups that I have done, I think I have one left if I didn't sell it, but it's going to be in the kitchen or the other room. Bridget, how are you? Hey, Miss Sheila, how are you, my dear? So look, it's starting to crackle. We're going to get some big cracks there. Can y'all see? So this, of course, I'm going to go back and I'm going to color the rest of the cup everywhere, okay? Get my different colors, my wood grain. If I don't like it, guys, listen, you can go back over this whole cup. Like, let's say this right here is a hot mess. While this is still crackling, I'm just going to show you. If you don't like that, the good thing about the alcohol inks is you can fix it, okay? If you still don't like it, you can strip it. It's not, you're not losing a lot of product with the alcohol ink. Now, alcohol ink I get is pricey sometimes. But if you watch for your sales or you bundle your points in certain places. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix, I'm not crazy about right here. So from this green over, I'm just going to go back and hit it with this alcohol ink because I'm just not sure that I like the way that looks. Now you may still get some hues under that. I didn't put enough in my little thing. Hold on. That was my stepmother. I missed you guys too. Hey, Miss Sharon. So see, I just went back and covered that up. You still get some shimmer of some other kind of color. And look at the crackle coming in really good. Now listen, once I get this done, right here at the bottom where I kind of got it streaky off the black, and right here, this is going to rub off with just some water and a paper towel. I promise you. Somebody's going to say there ain't no way. It's acrylic paint. If you ever do a dirty pour and you don't like it, throw it under the sink and wash it with warm soapy water, and all that acrylic paint will come off and you can do it again. You don't have to strip it, okay? So what I'll do is I'm going to clean this part up. Right here at the bottom, I'll clean up. It's not going to affect my alcohol inks. I got my crackle really nice here, okay? And then what I'll do is I'll go back and put my decal over the white to give it more of that older look. I have another cup in the other room. As soon as I get offline, I'm going to go take a picture of it. Take a picture of everything I'm using. So y'all know as far as epoxy, I'll get back on here and do another live talking about epoxy. And we may even just go ahead and do this with it. I'll show you how the cup kind of turned out after I played with it and did my roughing up and added my black to it. And it'll look more distressed. And I'm going to post a picture of the other one that I've done so you can kind of get an idea. It's a work in progress to do this. It's really not, doesn't take that long, but I've been playing with you guys, okay? So Miss Jessica. So when we come back, we'll be talking about how to do that. You can clean up all this. Remember, this is my excess here. And then you can add your colors. I might wind up, and of course, go back and do wood grain over the whole thing, but I do want a little bit of teal in it, only because the thing I'm using is for Yellowstone. It has some teal. Y'all have fun with this stuff, please. Don't be intimidated by anything. If I don't like this, I'll spray it with some alcohol. Seriously. get most of the dark color, repaint it white, and do it again. You can change up your colors if you don't like the way it looks, or something looks muddy or splotchy. I love the way that gold looks under that wood right there. It's very kind of standoutish and gives it kind of an antique look. But y'all play with this stuff, okay? Remember our decal will go here. I'm going to post links, pictures of everything we used, pictures of a cup that kind of came, I did similar to this so you can see it. If you have any questions, though, y'all please send me a message, okay? Play with this, have a good time. Don't be intimidated or scared on any kind of project. It's going to cost you almost nothing to strip it, okay? And I do say this at the end of all my tutorials. Please don't take offense, anybody. But I truly believe we are all equal in some sort of way. That, you know, it's kind of, I don't distribute, I don't go anywhere. But we're all made special for a certain reason, okay? So don't let anybody's bullying or make negative comments towards people, because you know what? You never know what somebody's going through. Somebody saw me today, of all days, like sometimes I don't put makeup on for a week, guys, and I got on a tank top, one of them stretchy tube tops, and some leggings, and I'm a hot mess. But somebody said, your hair looks so good. Look, I don't know what they look at, but I took it and just felt really good. Like, it made my day. It put a smile on my face. Or my husband even said, girl, look at you with your makeup on. Things, if you make one comment to somebody, you can say, I like that tie. Or, you know what, that dress is amazing on you. Or your hair is gorgeous. Things like that, y'all, can change somebody's day. You don't know what they're going through. You don't. You have no idea. And it just helps to be kind. We all bleed the same. Just remember that. Sexual preferences, race, all of that. If we as adults put it aside, and I always get emotional and get choked up, the world will be a better place. So I love y'all. Thank you for joining in. We'll do another one real soon, okay? Bye, guys.